Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Today, what is it? 25th of February 2020. I've just come back from a funeral of a friend. And going to a funeral makes you realise, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as the doctor, the lawyer, the garbo, the nurse, the teacher, the mother, the sister, the brother? Do you want to be remembered for all the roles you did? For all the hours of hard work you gave those jobs? Oh, we remember you, Mark. You worked so many hours for that job. Do you want to be remembered for the hours you put in for other people working? Because so many of us define ourselves by the roles we do. I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, I'm an ecologist. These are all roles. These aren't who I am. Now, interestingly, the reading at this funeral today was the reading at my parents' funeral 14 or 15 months ago, and the reading at my sister's wedding. And this is not a religious post, but I'd like to read it to you. It's from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 to 7 and verse 13. And it's beautiful. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. 3 things will last forever. Faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. That is one of my favourite readings from the Christian Bible. And it's not about roles people play. It's about how we can actually define ourselves as a loving person, as a hopeful person, as a faithful person, as someone who keeps no records of being wronged. It doesn't rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. That's what I want to be remembered for. Who I am. That's the important part. So today, I'm going to read you, hi Jennifer, I'm going to read you my legacy statement. This is my legacy statement. Philippa was passionate about educating herself and others. She cared deeply about living in a just world. She led by example, and her passion and thirst for knowledge spread to all those around her. I don't know if you can see it, but in my phone, it's there under, well, you probably can't see it. It's there as my legacy statement on my phone. So, have you got a legacy statement? Do you know how you want to be remembered? You'll note I've got lots of roles in my life, but my legacy statement doesn't talk about any of the roles I've done. It doesn't talk about me being a mother or a wife or a sister or a teacher or a hypnotherapist or a coach or a quality auditor. They're all roles I've done. But it talks about my passion, my caring, my feelings for a just world, my thirst for knowledge, and the ability to spread to all those around me. A legacy statement is about who you are. Do you want to be remembered as a caring person, as a loving person? Do you want to be remembered? Hi people, there's some more watchers. Great to see you all. Angie, Lee, and Lynn. Do you want to be remembered as someone who cared about others? someone who was passionate, someone who was enthusiastic, someone who was creative. Because at the end, that's what we're judged by our fellow man from. Hi, Robert. We're not judged by the roles we play. And so often people say, who are you? And what do we answer with? Oh, I'm a teacher. Oh, I'm an educator. Oh, a mother. They're roles. And every single one of us in the world, everyone has lots of roles. But every individual is different. Every individual has values and beliefs and things that are passionate to them. Now, the person whose funeral I went to today was remembered as a loving man. He adored his wife of 49 years. And to sum him up, I would say a loving, caring, knowledgeable, creative, fun-loving, exciting man who lived a very full life. That's a much better way to be remembered. So I want people to start remembering about why we're here, why we're alive. We're not alive to do jobs. We're not alive to take on roles. We're alive to experience. We're alive to give all of those things like caring and creation and being just and kind. They're the things we're here to do. In fact, I heard someone recently say to 5 and 6 year olds, the most important thing they can do is be kind. And I thought, wow, that's a really good thing to say to children that age. The most important thing you can do and you can be is to be kind. Kind to yourself and kind to one another. And that's the key. Kind to ourselves, kind to one another. Loving to ourselves, loving to one another. Passionate about what we do and passionate about other people, looking at my own. Spreading knowledge, gaining knowledge myself and giving knowledge to you, which is what I'm doing now. And that's what I enjoy doing. So, what do you enjoy doing? What would your legacy statement look like? I'll add my legacy statement in the comments under this so you can see what a legacy statement looks like. And, just remember the reading I gave you from Corinthians just then. Love is patient and kind. Do you want to be remembered as a patient, kind person, a loving person, or someone who spent 45 hours every week at their job? Someone who spent all their life at the football club? There's so much more to be remembered for. The things that you bring to the plate, not the roles you play. The things that come from in here, come from your heart, come from your soul. And going to a funeral reminded me of this, reminded me of my legacy statement that I carry with me in my phone. And I will remind my husband and my family that I actually carry my own legacy statement, the statement I want people to think about when they think of me at my last day, when they decide where I go, get stuck in the ground or buried, whatever, or burnt, whatever. Doesn't matter by then because this is just a bag of bones and flesh. Me, something more than that. So what do you want to be remembered for? Mark, what do you want to be remembered for? I know what memories I have of you when we were young. Jennifer, what do you want to be remembered for? Leanne, what do you want to be remembered for? Angie, you've got to be remembered for your creativity. Lynn, you're so much more than just a nurse. And Robert, your voice, what you do with your voice. And Laura, such an organised woman and a mother. What do you want to be remembered for? And Dennis and Steve and Gloria and Sylvia and anyone else who's watching this. think about your legacy statement. Think about what values matter to you the most. Think about how you want to be remembered. Because when you know how you want to be remembered, it's in here, then it's a great reminder every day on how to live your life. I want to be known as, and I'll read it to you again, hey, Philippa, it says was, but I'm going to use present tense. Philippa is passionate about educating herself and others. She cares deeply about living in a just world. She leads by example, and her passion and thirst for knowledge spreads to all around her. Sounds nice in the present tense, I must admit. That helps me decide how to get up every day and how to live my life. That's the legacy I want to leave. So people, think about your legacy. Write down some thoughts. If you don't know how to do a legacy statement, if you're unsure, leave me a message. I'll help you do a legacy statement. It's always a handy thing to have. And in the meantime, remember, it's not the roles you do, it's who you are in here and in here and between these arms when you give someone a cuddle. That's who you are. That's what you take to the roles that you do. Because the people who are at the roles you play, the jobs you do, they know that there's so much more wrapped up in you. So, something to think about. It's interesting what we think about when we've been to a funeral. Have a great day. We've got beautiful rain here, refreshing the world, making it clean and ready for another day. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.